I thought you were going to say to blast off.
Almost. Does he even got this
You got the
thing posted live?
thing up?
What thing up? What are you talking about?
So do you follow your own live stream on your phone?
I can.
Oh.
I just have to turn the I have to turn the volume down.
248.
I don't see the live stream on here though.
Did you refresh it?
Well, let me do. No, I need to watch it this way.
Is Travis watching?
He said he was going to.
He might be our only viewer.
Live in 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
225.
Oh,
yours is
there's
ahead of
the
mine.
lag. Maybe because they're the hosts.
Make sure the phones are turned off.
No shit, really.
Well, no, I forgot.
Just the volume, honey. Just the volume.
No, I just remind me to turn it back on.
Dang, that volume is so damn loud on that damn thing.
2 minutes.
Just 2 minutes?
Mm-hmm. Better
I
hurry.
tried to get you on earlier to run testing.
Your this one is ahead.
Oh, yeah?
Facebook says 147. This says 205.
Oh, it's probably a refreshing thing.
They're 20 seconds off. Do I get to sniff too?
Oh, my God. They can hear you.
I know they can. They don't care.
I do care.
Shut the
I was
fuck
going to
up.
snort, but I was
Oh,
afraid to,
man.
You can't say that either. That just...
You're not on yet.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Oops.
I meant like,
Such.
Man,
No, I got her.
I was worried about Jill.
I got her muted, so she shouldn't be able to be heard, I don't think.
Who, me?
No, everybody. I think everybody got muted. I think it's his system. I think they can hear her, you guys, but they can't hear. Well, no, they can't hear nobody. That's good. I don't know. I can't tell.
All I know is I see 4 people watching already.
Oh, that's what that meant.
Yes.
Really?
There was 6 until she said the F-bomb.
I know. I'm telling you, it's a shame.
Uh-huh.
No longer on YouTube. We got kicked off.
Push past all the pain that you're going through. It won't last if you move how you want to
No, we
move.
didn't.
Get lost in the work that you got to do to be someone better. You can grow into something new. I'm like, give me time, I'll be just fine.
All right.
Leaving behind, you're out of your mind. I'll come back better than ever.
Welcome, everyone, to podcast number 21. Tracy in the house and Chris in the house. Tracy's got lots to say tonight. I'm just going to be silent. Well, maybe not. I don't know about that.
I doubt that.
I do got my glasses on. I found them. Hey.
That's a better start.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Les, how you doing? And Heather, I don't know if it's both of them. It might be both. I don't know. Welcome to the podcast. Yeah, I think the two that live close to your house. I think that is the one that you was talking about that might want to ride with you one of these days.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, welcome everyone. Hopefully, you're sharing this podcast to all the motorcycle riders you know on Facebook. I'd rather you be on YouTube, but if you're on Facebook, stay on there. That's okay. No big deal. Hopefully, you guys can hear as well, and you didn't hear the cussing at the beginning.
I think they did. I think they did.
I thought I was the one that had the profanity mouth. You know, my wife was just going a little crazy there.
Well, it's just Les, but I think Les said I can hear you, so I'm assuming he meant that he heard that.
So YouTube probably was like, listen, and they were like, oh, you know what? These guys don't need to be on live, so they're going to cut us off.
Cut me off.
Oh, Jennifer's on here. Totally heard. But anyway, it's that political stuff. You say stuff right in the 15 seconds at the beginning, they kind of change the whole dynamics of the podcast. So anyway, we went on a huge ride, right, Tracy?
Yeah, it was a big one. I thought it was.
And
Not
then,
as big as the one that you did before, but yeah.
And I think you actually decided that you wanted to get a different bike. Is that correct?
I am definitely looking at different bikes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I can show you one of the ones that I have on my list.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Okay.
I think this is on Connie's list.
Oh, what was that?
The Sport Chief. I'm looking at that right there.
Oh, really?
Oh, they're also offering a $500 trade credit. Well, I might need a little bit more than that.
So you're looking for an Indian Sport Chief.
That's one of the ones I'm looking at right there. Yeah.
I'm sure Mike can actually. What's that? Let's see what you're looking at. Okay, we got it on there. Put it back on there, Tracy. Everybody will be looking at it.
I had it up. Sorry.
I know, but there's people. This thing's delayed. So, anyway,
There's what I'm looking at.
So what? Yeah, go ahead. What was that?
No, I was watching it on my phone and then watching Tracy, and it is delayed.
Yeah, it is delayed. It's like 15 seconds delayed. So we can get somebody. So make sure what it does. It makes sure we don't put somebody's comment on the screen. It gives us 15 seconds to actually make sure we don't put some crazy crude comment on the screen. But that is exactly what it is. Anyway, so you like that motorcycle, huh? So
I do like it. Yeah, it's in Lexington. It's down in Lexington. Yeah.
I'm sure Mike can get that bike for you. He can
Wait,
probably do a deal and trade.
You mean order it from him, get it from him, or whatever?
No. Let's go down there and pick it up.
Which one's it at? Manowar?
This is down by Manowar. Yes.
Well, I told you we could go to Manowar next week.
Yeah, next week. There we go. It's but you want to buy it from Northern Kentucky.
I would prefer to do that. Yeah,
exactly.
It'd be easier, especially with the trades and everything I have to do. It'd be a lot easier to.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's
going to take 3 bikes down there. We don't even have a trailer that big.
Right. Correct.
But anyway, that's the bike. It's a beautiful bike. I hope you get it. I don't know. I mean, you still got to get the Riker. You got to get the Spider for your wife.
No, no Spider.
No Spider.
She only wants the Riker. Yeah.
Spider's an oversized jet ski.
That is true.
Yeah. So Tracy, give us your experience, and I'll actually show some video of this ride.
Well, first off, I want to say thanks to everybody in the group, the entire group. I feel bad that I didn't get to talk to every single person there, but I did talk to, I think, almost everyone. There was just a few people I don't think I got to talk to. But I also want to really shout out Josh and Jen for including me and doing a heck of a job leading me and helping me increase my riding skills.
Nice.
So it was a fun ride. I ran into some fatigue. Obviously, I was worried about that going in just because I've never done a ride that long. But the wind, especially on the way home, we hit a couple of spots there, and right there where the cornfield was, a big wind tunnel for me, and it just was blasting me. But just fatigue set in on the way home, and other than that, the ride itself, though, was great. I loved going over the dam. I thought the dam was awesome. I thought that was pretty cool going over top of that. Mm-hmm. And actually, the bridge that we, even though we had to sit there for a half an hour or whatever it was due to traffic, but going across that bridge was kind of cool, too. That's the first time I've ever went across the bridge on a bike.
Yeah. I think you're, can you get a little bit more centered on that camera there, Tracy? Or that right there. That'd be good. Just move your mic over a little bit. That'd be good. Just be right there. But yeah, so I felt like on my trip, Tracy, that I was a counselor. I was like somebody that was giving the person advice.
You can start laughing at him now. Go ahead and start laughing at him now, will you?
I mean, because I had to talk you down. Because there was a couple times that you said you needed to pull over the side of the road, and I said, well, you got this, man. You got this. And,
well, my left wrist got really numb on me for quite a few miles, and again, just not being used to being on there that long and that length of time and everything. But my left wrist was really numb. I couldn't even feel my fingers. I was worried about shifting because I'm like, holy shit, I can't pull in the clutch. But like I said, man, it was just fatigue. It wasn't anything more than that. It was just fatigue.
Yep, I totally agree. I'll see if I can get one up here. Why is this not get one of the videos up here. All right, let's see if I can get this moved over here. And so Tracy, what was the coolest thing to happen on that ride for you?
I can tell you one of the not coolest things that happened to me on that ride is when we hit that first bump and my balls went into the seat.
Oh my gosh.
that was not cool. That was brutal. But I don't know. I really enjoyed all of it. I enjoyed I enjoyed riding with everybody. I enjoyed how everybody was. Everybody was great. They were nice to me, my wife, my son. Jill and Travis super enjoyed the ride in the Jeep, and now my son wants us to get a Jeep. So I mean, there was a lot of things that came from it, but I felt bad about the experience that some of the riders had at the restaurant there, that they had to wait for their food. I felt bad for those guys. I don't remember what the name of that restaurant was. It was the one we weren't able to go in there because of my son, but
yeah, you got kicked out.
Yeah.
But got kicked out of his first bar at 10.
Yes, first time he's ever been kicked out of a bar. But I felt bad for those guys having to wait and everything. But then the ice cream, everybody enjoyed the ice cream place there. That was nice. It was just great. I wish we could have got the tour around the town just a little bit more, but being delayed on the bridge there, I think really set us back a little bit.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised of Madison, Indiana. I mean, it was crowded. There was a lot of people there, and a lot of motorcycles were going through town, and a lot of construction.
A lot of construction going on, yeah.
So tell me about what happened. Didn't you have a problem with fuel or something?
Well, we made our first stop there. I'm not sure what the name of that little area was that we made our first stop on, but
Pleasantville.
Pleasantville, is that right?
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah. And I was mingling with everyone, trying to at least get to know some of the people and talking and this and that. Then I had to go to the restroom, and I completely forgot to fuel up, which was a very not so smart part on my part with the 3.2 gallon tank that I have. I think all the other riders had like the 5 gallon tanks or above, so mine was probably the smallest. Jennifer's might have been too. That Scout. I don't know how much that Scout holds.
Yeah, and I think the actual Chief, you can check on the specs on there, but I think it's like a 4.2 or something size tank. I think it's pretty good size. It's not as big as the big ones, but it's a pretty big,
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty big motor.
I'm pretty sure this doesn't get the gas mileage that my Harley gets. But
oh yeah, there's your son. Yo, what's up?
The restaurant was Shipley's.
Shipley's, yeah.
Shipley's, yeah.
Wait, is that Travis on or is that me on?
Somebody just said, "Yo, what's up?"
Travis.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
That'd be my son.
Hi, Travis. How you doing? All right, so go back to play Fortnite.
Right.
That's what he's doing.
He's probably doing both at the same time, dude.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
he's not wearing the helmet today.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try this. Hopefully, I got this fixed. Let's see if we can get this video going. Here we go, and see if we can get sound. Just let us know if you can hear the sound. So for some reason, it's not playing. Come on, let's go. Oh, you know what? That is actually. So I'm glad this actually came up. So I told you earlier, I think, Tracy, that I was like, I was with my mic. I had a mic malfunction on my actual bike, and we was going down the highway, and I lifted my helmet up from the gas station, and then when I left, I set it down. Well, my wire from my mic was so tight that it actually took the whole entire mechanism off. Let's see if I can get that over here. So it took this whole thing right here off my Instant Pro, which it can come off, so it's got a clip on it. But I just thought, oh my gosh, I knew that there was going to be no, I couldn't talk. All you're going to have is wind noise, just like that was. So I literally, while we were riding, you shouldn't do this stuff, by the way, felt where it was at. And I had I had a pair of brand new gloves. They're actually kind of bigger than what I need. And I can feel it. I couldn't see it, but I knew that it was longer than it was wide. Okay. So I inserted it in and put it in there and got my mic working so that I wouldn't have all this noise when we were actually going down the road. But I thought that was pretty wild. And I did it twice. So I finally gave up and I said, you know what? I'm going to get I'm gonna get this thing fixed. And so I adjusted the cord and everything was good. And
Max wanted for me to make sure I shouted out about him checking my throttle to make sure my throttle was good.
I think it was to see if it was working.
He wanted to make sure it was working, so he wanted me to make sure I shouted that out.
All right, we have made it to Milton, Kentucky, and
so here
Tracy's
we go.
up
I got
there.
it
He's
going.
exhausted, fatigued. His brain is working at 10%, but he's just doing it. That's all.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Right? His first long ride. One of these days, he said he's going to go to Sturgis.
Right.
He's, before you can run a marathon, Tracy, you got to do some long hauls on a motorcycle.
I don't know, man. I think I might have reached my max limit right there.
Yeah. Well, hey, I think you did. I think you did great. It was a long ride. I don't think you actually, in your mindset, thought it was going to be that long. To tell you the truth.
Correct. Yes.
And I think it was good for you. I mean,
one has
you grew a lot.
One has a road.
Doing this ride. And then I know that at the very end you got a lot better. On the way back from the dam.
Hey Tracy, there's a house for sale right there. Do you want to move down here?
All the talking you do to me, dude.
Hey, maybe the Iron Pony Life should rent that
I had to
sign that
distract
says,
you.
"Rent me."
I had because we had Cardos on, but his wasn't. You can't hear mine because I tried to get the voice working, but it didn't
right
work.
there. I mean, I'm seeing it right there on that
Tracy,
billboard.
let me see here.
For all the motorcycle riders to ride by.
This Mac, I tell you, this thing's crazy. Let's see if I can pause this thing. Here we go. So, anyway, we're going down Milton. We're getting ready to go to. There's actually a log truck here, which is pretty cool. And everybody can't hear what Tracy's saying, and and Tracy was really exhausted. And I'm not trying to be.
No, it was cool.
For anybody who's watching this that's never done a long ride. You gotta have practice. You gotta get with a group like the IRMG 2074, and look them up on Facebook. They have second Saturday rides every month, unless it's weather problems, and also it's like 40 below zero. They're not going to be going on any rides. But I mean, find a group that you can practice with, because I know they go on probably about, I think it's almost maybe an hour ride, and maybe an hour and a half, and then you come back, and then you can get used to riding with a group, and also riding on different roads, because you mainly ride in the city, right? City roads and stuff.
That's pretty much all I do. Yeah, it's local city riding.
And let's see if I can get closer.
It was definitely a different experience than what I was used to, for sure.
Yeah. So here's where we're going to here, and this is one of the funniest things, because this video will be going up soon. But it's
I can't wait for that.
I'm going to put a disclaimer on there, because I mean, people need to know that this is your first ride.
I just want all the listeners to know that I had to listen to Chris for 3.5 hours, and I'm telling you, 3.5 hours, man. But I just want everybody to know that.
But what I was doing, I wanted to be clear. I mean, what I was doing is actually trying to get you refocused, because I know you, because there was a lot of times that you were talking to me, and I don't want to say exactly what you're saying, but I knew that I had to get you focused on the road, focused on your bike, and get you through this, because
you were singing songs to me.
Yeah, I had to do all kinds of stuff to you, man. And people don't realize that, but I mean, I know we play around and we joke around all the time, and that kind of stuff, but when it time to become serious, it was serious. So, and I didn't want you to pull over to the side of the road. But anyway, here's another part of this ride. Let's see if I can show you guys here.
Close. You should be fine. We got a damn log truck in front.
Here we go. Here, I'll go cussing again.
So steep grade, sharp curves, next 14 miles.
And this really freaked you out.
This is gonna be the little dragon for you, brother.
Yeah,
you can't pull off. We're going really slow, so you should be fine. We got a damn log truck in front of us.
And you was tired, and you exhausted.
Well, that's where my hand was like completely numb right there.
We were approaching the bridge.
This is the
I think so.
perfect.
Yeah,
this
yes,
thing,
yes,
this
it was.
log
You've been on the
truck
bike
got
for
in front of
about
us
2 hours.
for a reason, Tracy. This is the perfect scenario. I mean,
It was
seriously.
the best thing. Yeah.
There's no way we're gonna be able to go fast. We just got to take it easy.
When we got down to the bottom there, and I was able to actually stop the bike and just kind
Mm-hmm.
of rest my hand, dude, that was the best thing that ever could have happened.
Is that when you went drink?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was.
He was about to
I
pass
was-
out too.
I was dehydrated. I was like, my hand was just numb as could be.
You need one of those camelbacks. That's what you need.
Well, I need to
Yeah.
get a freaking drink holder like everybody else has on their bike.
Well, I mean, a camelback is a backpack that has a little hose.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
And then
That'd be cool.
you fill
Yeah.
it with water, and you can just pull the hose up to your mouth.
Yeah, that would be
It doesn't
cool.
weigh a lot.
Yeah. But hey, I'm proud of you. You did make it all the way there. We were only like literally maybe a mile from downtown Madison, and it took us another probably 40 minutes.
Well, that was the other thing for me. So I had no idea that we were close to Madison yet because I didn't know where I was at. But so I'm sitting there thinking, well, I probably got another 45 minutes here. I gotta get something to drink or something's got to give. But
Yeah. So when we parked down there, I mean, let's go to the at the end. And
TJ Hunter's on here.
Oh, TJ, how you doing? And we get right here, okay, and this is where we kind of slow down.
Well, at least you got to take a break. Sit up on your bike. Stand up. Stand up on your bike.
Yeah, get some blood in them legs.
Tracy,
we've been riding
stand
for
up.
2 hours.
yeah, my butt was numb. My hand was
There you go.
numb.
Get some blood in you. Stretch
See if
out
I-
a little bit.
Chris was numb too. He was doing this little
Yes,
booty dance thing
I
in
did
front
a
of the
dance.
Jeep.
Yeah,
I heard you were dancing. Yeah.
yeah, I was.
Tracy's right up there on the right.
Well, Jennifer was up in front of me, like doing Chinese fire drill around her bike. It was hilarious.
And that's one thing you will learn is that when you get long rides like this, every time you get a stop, like a stop sign or stop
I think it's a
light,
John Deere in front of us.
Yeah, it was a John Deere. All
I
right.
think it's a John Deere in front of us.
Yeah.
Little farm equipment.
Jennifer said you can get a cramp buster for your throttle.
Yeah, cramp buster. Yeah, exactly. I think.
That's what Josh and her both have.
Yeah, I think one of the things was also was he wasn't he did short runs before. He's never done a marathon, and this is basically a marathon. And you made it, in one piece.
Oh,
and
I know. I
everybody
did.
was safe. I mean, Josh did a great job taking us through.
He absolutely did.
Yep. So it was perfect. And I mean, that's the reason why the headline on this YouTube thing is that, this is Tracy's first, 100+ mile ride. And it's like you took from crawling to walking in one day.
No, I went from crawling to running.
Running, yeah, I guess you can say, yeah. So running. And what do you think? Are you going to do it again?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah. Going to go to Sturgis one of these days?
Oh, hell no.
Let's start with just.
Well, you're not going to ride there. You'll actually tether the bike there.
Oh well, that I
Okay.
can
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Trailer
So
the
there's
bike.
no
Straight
way
over.
out. I mean, you could ride it. A lot of people do. Some people ride it from Florida all the way up, and they like putting 10,000 miles on their bike, and it's experience. It's experience. Putting on that luggage on the back of your bike and going down the road, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I personally wouldn't want to do that. I mean, I would do 500 miles a day, here and there. If I took a 2-week vacation, I would not go probably. I think it's like 1,400 miles from my house.
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
yeah.
It would have to go on a trailer.
Now,
Hey, if we get that car we're looking at, we could trailer the bike.
Yeah, no.
yeah, there you go. Get a Jeep.
That's what she's won.
Oh, no, I was talking about the other one.
Thanks, Connie, for that.
Well, that was Travis that wants the Jeep now. Mom, can we get a Jeep? Mom, can we get a Jeep?
He liked the
He
top.
fell in love. He fell in love with that Jeep.
So,
It was
yeah, Les says no trailers. Okay, well, we'll have a trailer for Tracy's bike, Les, and then we'll ride.
No, man.
We'll
No,
ride
I'll just ship that thing over there, and I'll just meet up with it.
together. You'll fly
ship
over there.
that. You could ship that little suitcase bike,
Yeah. Well, we don't have one of those anymore.
pick it up at the UPS.
So we
I
do
don't
have
know.
another. Yeah, go ahead.
I would have to have a better bike to ride something like that, man. There's no way my bike's made for that. I don't think.
Yeah, so when we go up Indian Friday, you got to make a deal. Make a deal with 3 for 1.
They have to make a hell of a deal. We'll have to see.
Anyway,
It's worth checking.
Yeah, it is. It's worth checking out because then you can go to the ride up in Columbus and you'll have an Indian motorcycle and you'll feel more like part of the group.
I wonder if they would include like a lot of their gear, so I wouldn't have to rebuy all the gear.
So, IMRG 2074. I don't know if you guys know anything about the groups for like Indian. You don't have to have an Indian bike. You know, we eventually you probably will once you join the group because you know how good the Indian bikes are. But I mean, there's a lot of people in the group, Tracy, and you need to join because I know you're not a member yet. You need to join and sign up so you can know when our events are.
David's watching.
David is watching.
David Blair.
David Blair. All right. How you doing, David? Welcome to the show. So, Tracy, what would you do now differently?
Not work till 11 o'clock at night.
That would be a start.
The night before.
Yeah, I wouldn't have stayed up as late and worked as late as I did to go on a ride like that. I definitely needed more rest. That was problem one, and problem two is I don't know. I got to just do a little bit more distance riding just on my own. I think I need to get out and do 20, 30 mile pops here and there, and just get used to those longer rides.
Yeah, and another thing is you got a lot of people that's in the group that live around you. So
yeah,
I mean,
that's what Les. I think it was Les that was talking to me about that.
Because I know sometimes on the Facebook they'll be like, "Hey, it's a beautiful day out. I'm gonna go ride. Anybody want to join?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm sure everybody would love to have you on the group.
Yeah.
To ride around with. But anyway, you gotta get the Indian first. I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know, man. I don't know yet.
All right. So if you are off on Friday, we will be up at Ride NKY. And we're going to be interviewing Glennie Rides. He's got about 20,000 followers. We only got 54. Hey, if you're on here and you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube and subscribe. Okay.
I think
and
he should be
like.
He should be interviewing. He should be interviewing us. he's the star. We're not.
Yeah, it's a different kind of bike rider. I mean, he rides a crotch rocket. What kind of bike is that?
I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen it fully.
Yep. And I have ordered the shirts. I ordered them Saturday, still being printed. They should be here probably next week. I don't know why it takes so long, but I also got a couple. I actually looked at some stickers too, and trying to get some stickers. But I do have a 6x6 sticker coming that I'm going to put on my bike on the back of it. And we'll see how that looks and see if that's approved. And I'll buy a bunch of 3x3s and then give them out to everybody. And then we'll work on patches in the future. But this is it's not in the budget right now. So in probably a few months, maybe, I guess it would be. But anyway, so come the Indian on Friday. We can actually, it almost feels like a band, You got these people that go around to these different bars, and you got these fans or friends and all kinds of stuff that come and show up and support you all the time. And that's almost what this feels like with this podcast. I appreciate everybody that's watching. 90% of them that's probably in the watching the video right now are part of the IMRG 2074, and we're all good friends, and everybody gets along with everybody. I've never heard one ill word about anybody in this group, so that's very strange because you always got one person that's always a troublemaker, that's got the same personality but different face in every group. But other than that, it's a great group. So go check them out on Facebook. So Tracy, get back to this again. So what you said, I'm looking for something more.
Oh, you keep digging. What are you digging for, man?
So from now, say you're going to go on a trip next time, okay, and it's going to be almost similar. What would we do? I'm talking about anybody that's out there listening that's never rode with us or rode on a long ride. What would you do differently?
Well, I think the next time I'll be a little bit more relaxed. I was definitely tense, which is probably why I got the numbness in my hands. So I definitely need to relax on the throttle, and honestly, even on the left side was the side that was bothering me the most, more than my throttle side. And I think the throttle side was a little less problem because I'm actually moving that wrist more. But but my left hand was what was bothering me the most, and it's just gripping it too tight, being a little bit too tight. 90 when I ride around town, another thing I'll say is when I ride around town and I see another biker, I'm always giving the the 2 fingers down for them and letting them know I see them and recognizing them. I didn't do that at all hardly on this ride just because I was so focused and so tight. And I think relaxing a little bit, getting a little bit less grip on that handle, and I should be a little bit better.
Yeah, I know, because a couple times I talked to you and I said, listen, just relax your hand for a second. You would not take your hands off your handlebars, not one second. It doesn't matter how straight a line we were going. You were trying to. All you had was Josh focused in front of you, and the group behind you was focused on you. Because you had that nice light on the back.
Yeah, and I want to apologize to Jen again. I've thought about that for the last 3 days. I will not wear a helmet that has that on there the next time we go. There was no need to have it with being in the group like that.
Yeah.
So, it's one thing when I'm riding at night and coming home from work, having it's one thing, but having it when we're out there in a group and everybody's, following along, I don't need to have that light on there. So,
yeah. And I'll tell you one thing. It's you don't have I had a modular helmet. The only problem I had was, with that wire. But I'm telling you, man, it saved. I mean, if it's a hot day and you got a full face helmet, I know they're a little bit safer. I mean, marginal safer. But I would tell you to get a modular helmet that fits really good because you can lift that up when we're stopped at a stoplight.
I have 3 of them, so I'm good.
Well, I'm talking about anybody that's listening.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, and it's a better helmet for me because I just sweat a lot anyway, and if it gets over like 80 degrees, and these motorcycles produce a lot of heat, and heat rises, so it goes right in you, and a modular helmet kind of cools you off a little bit. So
honestly, I have to say I really didn't feel too hot. The heat wasn't bothering me too bad.
Well, your motor's cooled.
Yeah, so I didn't feel a lot of heat or anything like that.
Water
I didn't
cooled.
have that issue.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, yours should be a little bit cooler. Other than that, exhaust probably pretty hot. But
so it was.
So let's go ahead and anybody's out there, got any questions for Tracy? And I'll look them in the comments and I'll ask them. Okay, I'll give you guys a few moments to do that. Just go ahead and type away, and we'll see what we can do. And then if you got any questions after that, we'll do some questions about what else we're going to be doing. So, but right now, so Tracy, we're going to look at that new bike. We're going to at least do a test drive. As a matter of fact, once you call them tomorrow, make sure Friday you can actually do a test ride so they get it ready for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll talk
so
to
you
them.
just go in the parking lot. That way you can feel comfortable about it. And, no, that's all they're going to let you do anyway.
They don't let you take it out of their parking lot anyhow.
Yeah, I didn't mean it that way, but I'm just saying that's all they do. Unless they really know you and trust you, in which they might. I mean, I know Glennie gets to ride around town a little bit on a motorcycle, but they don't really want to put the miles on them anyway. I mean, you should be able to.
No, I just want to get on it and see what it feels like. Yeah, be no big deal.
It's a different bike. The center of gravity is a little bit better. It is the difference between that one is not water cooled, so it is this. So it's going to sound really.
That's not water cooled.
No, so it's going to sound a little bit better. Now the Scout Sport is.
Oh, you're right. That is air cooled, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I mean, if you get rid of the catalytic converter, I mean, it takes a lot of heat away from it also. But I didn't feel that hot when I rode my Indian Scout Chief when I had it. It was a nice bike. I didn't feel the heat any less than or more than my Challenger, believe it or not.
Dan Crater is watching.
Hey Dan, how you doing?
Max said riding is like exercise.
Yeah,
exactly.
It was.
See that?
It was definitely like that.
Yeah, and they say that you burn a lot of calories riding a bike because
You're right,
really,
Max.
you're actually using a lot of muscles and you're not just sitting on a bike.
That's what I'm saying. I definitely need to get in better shape too. That's part of it because I was definitely beat.
I've been trying.
Yeah,
my wife.
And you actually, you kind of asked me a couple times, because we're kind of similar ages. I'm a little bit older, and you're just like, how you do it? Because
I know you exercise. Yeah, you
exercise. But I think the biggest thing is actually when I do on the treadmill. I mean, I run on the treadmill and I kind of get my endurance up. And I think a bike, exercise bike would be the same thing. Yeah. And proper riding process. Pops I can't even say posture. Yeah. Burns calories too. I know that them words trip me up all the time. I'm trying to get him.
Boy, I need to ride more if I lose weight riding.
Who said that?
That's my wife.
Jennifer.
Yeah.
Need to ride all the time.
So, anybody got any questions for Tracy? I haven't seen any yet. I mean, anything at all? No big deal. And then we'll move on and then go over a couple other things that we're going to be doing. So, Les is here. So, Les is going to Sturgis. And when he gets back, he's going to be, hopefully, have some clips. Just be safe about it so we can show everybody. And we're going to actually have that one. When is your next
Is he riding that whole thing?
Yes, he's going to be riding. He's got a bunch of friends he's going to be going with. So, they are riding up there and riding back. But it's a, it's an experience that hopefully he films a little bit of it. And then we'll, show that. He's going to be actually a Northern Kentucky Indian. That's where we're going to do that interview at. And Mike's been an excellent host for us. Yeah, it's a nice place. I mean, have you ever been to Northern Kentucky Indian? It's a nice Indian door. And I know on Facebook, the other competitor on the Cincinnati side, I don't even think they have their license to sell new bikes yet, but they were saying that they were extending their used bike sale till the end of January today. So, but other than that, let's see. When is your next ride, Tracy?
I don't know yet. I mean, I ride every day. I rode today already, but I mean, long rides, I don't know.
Oh, and also, why the Chief? Is that the only bike you're considering?
Well, no, I'm considering the Scouts too. Like, I like the 101.
Yeah, but you can't put a seat on the back.
Yes, you can.
Okay, a seat that'll fit my butt.
So your wife wants to ride a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
That is some graduation.
I've said on the Chieftain, I like the Chieftain. I just feel like my legs are too far out because I have short legs. I have what's called the short leg syndrome, and that causes me a little issue there. So that's why I'm a little bit selective on the ride.
Yeah. Now, any Harleys that you were looking at?
I looked at the Lowrider S and highly considering either that one or the ST. Mm-hmm. Those are the two that I've already Harley already tried to make me a deal. It wasn't that great, so I just told him no, that's not happening, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, it's tough. I don't know.
I prefer the ST, but I mean, it's your bike, so.
Well, honestly, if I get one, I want to get that Tobacco Burst, and the only place I found it in this area is up in Indianapolis, or no, what was it, Fort Wayne? It was in Fort Wayne, Indiana is the only one that has one.
They still have it in stock? Wow.
They do. According to their website, they do.
That's not real close.
But that's pretty far away to try to do a deal.
Yeah. Well, I do. I want to go to Fort Wayne, Indiana, on vacation. So one of them days that you're off, maybe we can go up there together if they still have it.
Okay. Because
I'm going to Sweetwater up there. They invited me up there, so.
Yeah, I love Sweetwater. That's where I get all my stuff.
Yeah. But, yeah, we'll see how that is and see if you can come with us.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So, all right. One other thing I got to ask you, Tracy.
Oh, here we go. No.
Is there a drum wheel here? Let's see if I got something here. Let's see. I'm trying to figure it out. Let's do, Tracy, have you joined the group yet?
No. What's the name of the website?
Go to Facebook.
I got to go to Facebook?
Yes. And then look up IRMG or whatever. I'm sorry. I had it right every time tonight, other than that one. So 2074. And then join the group. And then Josh will be here to prove you, and you'll be welcome with open arms.
IRMG.
It's
2074 on Facebook.
Yep.
I didn't get anything. Did
That's
you?
IMRG, Indian Motorcycle
Yeah.
That's
Riding
what it
Group.
is.
That's what it is. Yeah. I probably said it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
he said it
wrong.
wrong.
Oh, come on.
What is it?
Shocker.
2074? No.
Did you do it? I'm just
I
kidding.
am.
What is the number? 2074.
Yeah, 2074. All right. So anybody else is watching, please look at that group. And there's a bunch of groups in your area in Indianapolis. There's also in Columbus, also in Dayton, I think. There used to be one in Lexington, Kentucky. We don't know if that one still exists, but they are growing. And
Jennifer said to be sure and check out the Scout. There is a back seat. For the
A back seat that would hold both of my cheeks
Oh, yeah,
or just one?
They have big backs.
Jennifer, that's a question for you. One cheek
Both
or
of my
two.
cheeks are a requirement.
Do you have to sit sideways?
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable talking about my wife's butt right now.
I'm not saying it's huge. I just prefer.
Yeah, well, that's what it sounds like you're saying. Okay, so let me see. Groups, let's see. There's 123 members. Is that correct on this IMRG?
Yeah, I think yep. Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to hit join and see what it does.
All
I already
right.
did that.
And there's
on
the
you.
start of your future right there. Because you can go to the Saturday rides. You'll know when all the events are. You'll won't forget to show up at the big, what is it?
Forget to show up.
What's
At
the restaurant?
Buffalo Bob's.
Buffalo Bob's.
This is
Yeah.
a place that you go every month, and I have to tell you where you're going. What's the deal with that?
Oh, Buffalo Bob's.
Yeah, Buffalo
Yeah.
Bob.
Buffalo Bob's, yeah. Hey, listen, I have short-term memory.
Yeah, I'm noticing.
You got to understand when you're dyslexia. I can't even say it. Dyslexia. I'm sorry.
Dyslexia.
Yeah,
do I see
that's
that?
when you have
Oh.
problems saying shit all the time. So when I was
Where do
when I was
see
in
that?
high school, my teacher said I had hearing problems. It wasn't hearing problems. I could hear a lot of things. I can all kind of stuff. So she put me in the front of the class. It didn't help out. So then they thought, well, there's something wrong with me. So there was something wrong with me, deadly. But other than that, we figured it out after about 10 years later, and I've improved every time. And this podcast has actually helped me extremely. Doing this
Les said
podcast.
welcome.
What's that?
Les said welcome.
Oh yeah, welcome to the group. Yeah, welcome to the group. So, and then Jennifer, that is the group right there. Cool. All right, so no giveaways this time. We're going to give away probably another t-shirt once we do podcast number 30. Last week was podcast number 20, and I wasn't really making a big deal about it. I should have, but that was 20 podcasts that we've done. This is 21, and then, we got 10 more weeks, or actually 9 more weeks, and we'll have 30, and then we'll be giving away probably some patches, hopefully by then, and some t-shirts, and it'll be exciting times. And then we'll be going into the wintertime, where people won't be riding, and our audience will probably be a little bit better, because right now it's still sunny outside, I'm sure, and it's a nice day. I'm sure there's a lot of motorcycle riders that have been riding right now, enjoying the rest of the day. I heard tomorrow's with the rain. Hopefully it doesn't. What's that?
That's not the plan.
That's not the plan. You're on vacation.
Yeah.
Where are you
Who
guys
knows?
going tomorrow?
Well, we're not sure.
Not sure.
We're torn between the Big Bone or a really exciting trip for cross country shoes.
Oh, where's this at? What city?
Louisville.
Oh, yeah. I guarantee you're going to be going to Louisville, because this guy can't. He has to go to his favorite Harley Davidson store.
I do
I
want
think
to go
that's
there.
why he's pushing Louisville.
I want to go to Bluegrass. Yeah.
He wants to go
I don't want-
Bluegrass bad.
Well,
Is
that and it gets him out of hiking.
Well, you do need to hike a little bit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, you do.
For conditioning, yeah.
That would condition you a little bit better. A little bit, maybe take buy some handlebars at Indian and kind of walk around the trails holding the handlebars, but lightly. And then, and when you're going around the corners and stuff like that, lean a little bit with the handlebars, and
Could he use it could it double as a walking stick? Maybe?
Let me tell you a little
He's going to
secret.
need the walking stick more than he's going to need the handlebars.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you a little something about that. Saturday night. I don't know if I wanted to ask you guys this question. Saturday night when we got home and we're crashing, whatever. I still felt like I was moving. Is that a weird thing, or I mean, does that happen to anybody else? Because I still felt like I was in motion.
When you get off a boat, it's the same thing.
Is that what?
Yeah.
That's
If you're on the lake all day, it's the same.
I just
effect.
felt like I was still in motion, even laying in my bed. It was the weirdest feeling I ever had.
Well, you got to remember, you was riding a Harley Davidson and their suspension sucks. So yeah, you
That's not why I felt-
probably felt you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Every time you hit a bump, man, you was up in the sky.
Yeah, I felt like I was in motion for quite a while. But other than that, yeah, I mean, no, man, I had a great time. I'm just thrilled that I got to do it.
So one of the things that Tracy did also, the next day, because he's always trying to send me stuff, right? So he sends me this. Let's see all the stuff that he needs to upgrade on his bike. And
I did send a list. I made a list.
He made a list, and he says, "I got to get a windshield." Yes, you're gonna get fatigue, wind fatigue, if you're not gonna have a windshield especially when you're riding. So, and then what was the other one you said? Oh, you got to get a muffler. I don't think that's really.
No. I said
priority.
a seat. I said a seat.
Yeah, a seat, and then I said you forgot the most important one. I said you got to get a suspension because all you was doing complaining about that
Dude,
how rough
bumps,
that bike was.
It wasn't rough. No, it wasn't rough on the normal riding part. It's just when we hit those big bumps coming out of what was that area? What's that called?
I don't know.
Oh, when we were coming back up 42.
42, yeah.
Coming out of Warsaw.
And Josh's dad was talking about them too, and he said they were brutal on him as well. So I don't know. There's a couple brutal ones there that was pretty rough.
But other than that, I mean, Josh, good roads. I mean, they were pretty smooth. There was only a couple slides. And what I mean slides with the pavement is actually sliding off a little bit.
And he did an amazing job pointing all that out to me and making sure I was aware. And I didn't know if it's my job to do the same thing.
Yes,
so
it is.
So going forward, that was something I learned too, that I need to make sure that I point those things out as well.
Yeah, I forgot about that because you kept on. He literally described what Josh is doing. He said, "What is the one finger up?" And I said, "That Josh is flipping you off because you're going too slow."
Well, my ass hurts. Whatever.
No, I said that's single file. You got to go single file. And he says, and then like 5 minutes later, what's he mean by like this? He's moving his hand back up and forward and back. And I said, that means, get closer. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Every single thing that Josh was doing, he was describing to me. And I you needed to learn, so that's one way to learn. So.
Right, I was asking questions for the most part, like what is this? Why is he?
And what does he have two fingers up? That means you can go back in the what do you call it? Where the bikes are side by side, so two lanes, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, he that's one thing we probably need to do. And once we get Josh on here on the podcast, or we get Max back on there, because I know Max knows all the signs and stuff like that. Just get him on there because we can do a part 2 of Max, because he's got so many stories. It's amazing. So
Max is awesome. I like talking to Max.
Yeah, and then Les, we got him coming on. We got Glennie rising coming on Friday. Like I said, if you're off work, come and show up at the dealership. Show some people that we got a little bit of audience. You know what I'm saying? That's a good cool thing. And then let's see what else. Connie, you got anything?
I don't.
All right.
Connie, did our son drive you crazy?
No, I wish I could show the picture of him in the helmet talking to you guys.
Hey, I got to tell you one thing. At first I thought.
I think I can bring it up.
Yeah. You thought you forgot to bring it up, or what?
Here, hold on. Let's see if we can. Here.
I think he drove Chris crazy more than anything else.
Oh,
There's my son in the Jeep.
Yes.
Talking to us.
He looked like he's about ready to.
He was talking to us the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. On the way back.
And at one point I had to say, son, please be quiet. I'm concentrating.
Hey, you guys took the pressure off of Connie and I, because we couldn't hear him, and we kept going, what?
Yeah.
He was driving Chris crazy. I know that for sure.
I have to say this: the Cardo are actually excellent, because I mean, the only thing I wanted to do was try to get in the app and actually record your voice and mine at the same time, but I just wasn't set up. But for him to be talking and me talking and you talking, it was perfect. There was no issues unless, we got out of sight a couple times because there was no bikes in between us that actually had cardos. So how it works is, we got all these bikes connected, and then it bounces back and forth. And if you go around a corner, it bounces through everybody's system, and then you can hear properly. But that was the only time, and that was very, very rare. But I'll tell you what the difference between the going back and going forward was. His son wasn't on the cardo at that time. When we were leaving Madison and they gave him the helmet and I could hear him on there, I was like, no way, this is not going to happen.
Well, it did happen.
But I'm going to be honest with you. That was probably the best thing. I mean, literally the best thing, because you actually relaxed a little bit. All right. Yeah. You didn't hear me all the time. And you wasn't going to say crazy crap like you was on the way down because your son could hear you.
You're hurting.
No, I'm being honest. It was a totally different Tracy from the going down than it was going home, and that's the good thing, because I know your son actually improved your.
He did, but also I would have to say that Josh and Jennifer made me more comfortable too. So
yeah,
they're the ones I really want to give the credit, because they relaxed me a lot when we sat and ate lunch and everything, and I was much more relaxed.
And I think that's one thing I like about riding, is because I think you ride to a destination, either it's a restaurant, and maybe next time we'll call and make sure they're 21 or whatever it is. And then, and make sure that they know we got 12 people coming there and we're going to be there at a certain time, unless somebody runs out of gas or forgets to get gas. And then, and then, because I think that's one thing that helps you out too, because you've never really met these people. You ride with like 2 hours to Madison. Then you spend some sit-down time with everybody, and you got to know people even more, and you got to laugh, you got to relax a little bit, and then you knew you were going to have another. Actually, I thought it was a lot shorter on the way back.
It was
almost an hour. So it was like 32 minutes to the VV, and we went across there. It was probably about an hour, maybe hour and 15 minutes to get back. Yeah. And there was a total regeneration, or what do you call it, that you did. You felt like it was different, and
rejuvenated.
You could make it.
Well, the food helped.
Mm-hmm.
The drinks helped.
Well, and you knew 42. I mean, coming back 42, you knew that.
Yeah,
route,
I'm familiar with that part
was,
too. Yeah.
40 more minutes from this point left.
That's true. I knew where I was at a little bit better too.
Was it? Shannon Jarrett's watching. Cool. Welcome to the podcast. Now, the other thing is, I want to give props to that restaurant we were at. I wasn't at, was it Shipley's?
Shipley's.
But we were at the Red, right? I think that's called.
Yeah, the Red, yeah.
And actually, that food was really good. I was surprised. I know Josh loved his fish tacos. I can't remember what Jennifer had.
I'm not sure.
They all three got fish tacos.
Got the same
they all had. Yeah, they all had tacos. Yeah.
And I got the fish and chips, and it was actually pretty darn good. And I actually got a sandwich. I cut mine in half and made a sandwich out of it. They gave me a bun. Now the bun could have had some work done to it, because it was not. It wasn't like the best. It's like they don't give out buns unless somebody asks for it.
The service was very good.
But the service was really good.
Yeah, they were. They were great.
And believe it or not, the whole entire town was pretty cool. I mean, I haven't been down there forever. It was really packed. But, I mean, the shops, the ice cream, the place, I mean, when you go in there, they got a bunch of wrestlers and a bunch of, kind of almost antiques, souvenirs and stuff.
Nostalgic look, yeah.
Yeah. And then, go down the street, and there's another shop, and there's another shop. I mean, if you ever get a chance, I like it, but I didn't get to see that much of it. I think Little Nashville's even better still, but it was pretty close. I mean, we got two
about Madison, Yeah,
there's something, and it's down by the river. We didn't even get to see the river.
No.
I mean, if we were to walk down the river, it probably would have been cool too. But I know we had some issues with half the group was eating one place, half the group was eating the other one, and then we're we're waiting for one group, because when we were done, we went to the ice cream shop. And the other group that was in the restaurant first, that we had kicked out of because the kid was too young, still hadn't got their food. But
right,
it's
that's why I felt
food.
bad for them.
It's good food, so they can actually, they would wait for that, because it's good. They have good hamburgers and stuff like that. But then by that time, we're already 2 hours into Madison, and we really haven't been anywhere. So, but other than that, it was an excellent ride. I don't know. I think they're going down to Red River Gorge next, Tracy. I can't remember what date that is. I got to look and see if I can get that off. Hopefully I can. I like going to these rides, but I can't get every weekend off, so it sucks working in retail.
That's my problem too.
Manuel's watching.
What's that?
Manuel.
Who?
Emmanuel Ocasio.
Oh, cool. Welcome to the podcast. All right. Well, anyway, I think, unless Tracy, you got anything else, I think we can call it.
No, I'm good.
All right. I appreciate everybody watching. Please go to YouTube and subscribe. We got to get from 54 to 55 sooner or later. I know we got a lot of fans on Facebook, but if you're not on YouTube and you actually go to YouTube all the time, subscribe to the channel. And I think that's going to be it. I thank you for all you watching. It's been a blast. We're at podcast number 21. This is live on YouTube, and we'll actually put it on the podcast in about a week. For some reason, YouTube doesn't put this on the podcast, so a lot of people thought we wasn't doing podcasts anymore. So I uploaded the other one last night. I think it was the night before. And then the one from last week is going to be uploaded tomorrow. And then we'll be up to date. And then this one will be uploaded next week. So we'll be 1 week behind on these lives. But other than that, people will see that we're still doing podcasts. Anyway, have a good night. Subscribe, like, share. See you on Facebook. See you at the next meeting and the next group ride. Connie, you got anything?
See you Friday.
See you Friday. Jill, you got anything to say?
Nope, I'll be there Friday.
All right, see ya.
All right, have a good one.